You know, if for some reason we lose grip and we lean too far to the side, well, I guess I'll see you guys at the bottom of the valley. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a 2022 Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro off-road. Now, this is going to be a pretty fast-paced video because I just want to take the truck from basically obstacle to obstacle. I don't want any dead zones like what I've had in previous off-road videos. I'm trying to make some improvements on the channel. So, in the first part, we're going to quickly get into the off-road specs, and then we're going to take it through several different movements. Let's get right into it. So, we have 9.4 inches of ground clearance, an approach angle of 36.4 degrees, breakover angle 26.6 degrees, and then departure angle 24.7 degrees. We've got tires that are 265 millimeters wide, wrapped around 16-inch wheels. You guys can see kind of the sidewall and everything on that. And then we do have TRD tuned suspension and shocks. The shocks are from Fox, but they're tuned by TRD in the front and over in the rear. If you guys want more specs on this stuff, just go watch my TRD Pro review. And with that being said, let's get into the first little obstacle, which is going to be maxing out the flex on this. It'll be pretty crazy. Okay, so this first test is going to be like max articulation with the TRD Pro. I took my Raptor through this, and we're gonna go on 3 wheels. I can promise you that. So I'm gonna come down here, and I'm gonna take it really slow because I just don't know if we're gonna have the ground clearance or breakover. Oh, you can see we kind of came down a little bit. There we go. Ooh, made it. Not too difficult. Okay, so quick update. I attempted to get the wheel to pop off the ground, but this truck has really good articulation. As you guys can see, we've got the front tires there, and then you can see here with the flex in the rear. This is actually really impressive. Like I said, my Raptor was popping that tire, but again, this is a shorter wheelbase, so that's also going to kind of play into this. You guys can see how tucked that tire is, and then there with the front setup. But yeah, like I said, I tried. But this will at least show you guys how good the articulation is with the new TRD Pro. Okay, so next movement is just a really steep hill. It's not a huge hill, so this is mostly going to test tire grip and approach angle, a little bit with departure angle as we're exiting. But you guys are gonna see this is gonna be pretty easy for the TRD Pro. And I did fit my Raptor through here, so I shouldn't have to scratch any trees. And again, remember, I'm just in 4-wheel high, not 4-wheel low at all. I might get the mirror cap a little bit there. And just a little bit to the side. But yeah, there you go. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys coming through here both ways, just to show you guys kind of the damping with the shocks. So there's the first way in. I do need to comment, the turning radius in 4-wheel drive is horrible, but we're coming back through again. It's not super high speed, but at least gives you guys an idea. Look at that. It's impressive. Woo! Next one is a hill. It's like mid-20s in terms of how steep it is, but I think it should be pretty easy. Slipping a little bit. Again, just 4-wheel high. Wow. Well, gotta go get my camera, but that was impressive. What better way to get my camera than to, well, show you guys the truck as it is coming down the same hill. Now we're gonna go a little bit slower than how we went up. And again, this is not using crawl control. This is not using any of the train selects. This is just 4-wheel drive. Got it in manual mode, got it in first gear. You can hear the brakes slipping up a little bit. And if you guys are wondering, this is like mid-20s in terms of the grade. Let's try not to run over my camera. But yeah, pretty solid. As you guys can see, that was easy. Okay, so this next one is going to be easier than the last one because I believe that this is not as steep, if I remember right, from when I did the degrees with the Raptor, but it is rockier, and so what that means is I just have to take it a little bit slower so that I don't shred the tires on anything. Yeah, and this part right here is actually going to be pretty tricky from a grip perspective. Come on. Come on, little Tacoma! There we go. The taco has succeeded. We have conquered the mountain. And again, just 4-wheel high. That is all. Man, it is like I have to use the front camera because it is like impossible to see over the hood. Okay, so coming back down the hill, I've got it in manual mode, and I definitely recommend this in the Tacoma because it starts out of like 3rd or 4th gear every single time. And so you guys can imagine you're not going to be getting like any sort of engine braking as you're going down stuff. So you want to just put it manual mode, put it into first gear. You can be in automatic climbing up stuff as you guys have seen me doing, but coming down stuff, definitely manual mode. And we're getting quite a bit of sliding here. So again, this is to test the tires. So, you know, they do a pretty good job, but, you know, if you're really worried, this does have crawl control, and that would kind of mitigate that sliding that I was experiencing right there. And don't worry, we're not out of control, but yeah, you know, relatively easy so far. Now the trail into this cave is not difficult whatsoever, but I thought you guys might appreciate this. So you can see there's cave openings on either side, and the Tacoma looks pretty cool here in the center. There are a few rocks that you have to dodge that are pretty big, and you kind of have to like go on the side of a little hill, but it's not difficult. I just thought you guys might want to see the Tacoma in here because look at this shot. That is cool. So this will show you guys a little bit with the shocks, because we got these funny little bumps. Look at this, boing. This probably looks so funny in the exterior camera view. Boing! But you can see it handles those little whoops pretty well. Not high speed, but you know, pretty solid. Besides it getting angry, these are some higher speed whoops. Woo! It's basically a Raptor. It's basically a Raptor. Just to explain this movement quickly, because crawling never looks like much on camera, which is just a sad thing. We've got a rock here, you guys can see in front of the front tire, and I have the Tacoma placed here so you guys can kind of see scale with everything. And then you guys can see there's another rock on the other side. You can see there's a little bit of flex here, and so you cannot make it up this in just four-wheel drive. It's just going to keep slipping out, and so we're going to actually have to use the rear locker on the TRD Pro to make it up both of these rocks. And obviously there's an easier way up this trail ultimately, but we of course have to do the fun rock crawling thing. So obviously while we are balancing here on this rock, we have to make it over this other little rock, and so this should push tire grip and everything. And so yeah, let's get into it. So I've got the truck set to the rock crawl function. The locking icon just keeps blinking, so I don't know if it's on, but I'm at least in four-wheel low and I'm in rock crawl mode. And so I mean, this shouldn't be terribly difficult for the truck. So you guys can see we're getting propped up onto the rock, and well, that was amazingly easy. So we're making our descent over the little obstacle that we just went up. Oh, and the rear end is locked. So that's the biggest thing, is just having the rear end locked through this movement. It made it super easy. So when I had the rear end unlocked, I could not do it. So you guys can see we're just climbing back all over this. Man, it's too easy. I think this obstacle here should be pretty easy, honestly. I think. We will see though. I'm gonna take this pretty slow. I just saw a razor go through this. Didn't seem like it struggled too much. Again, this is not gonna look like anything on camera, but these are like gigantic rocks. Yeah, with the axle locked in four-wheel low, this thing is just a mountain goat. Don't want to hit my camera. Eee. Yeah, so super easy. Super easy. And with everything locked, I gotta find something more challenging for the video now. So I just tested this out. Obviously I don't have a spotter today, so I got to kind of take things slow. So pretty sure we can make it up this with the TRD Pro. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, especially towards the end. Really going to push the brake over. But as you guys can see, made it up with the truck. That was impressive. Now that I have my tripod set up, I want to quickly explain what's happening here. So you guys can see we got the Tacoma all the way over there. We have to go down this pretty steep hill and then up this extremely steep hill with a ton of loose gravel and rock and all that kind of stuff. And to make things more exciting for YouTube content, we are going to be leaning to the side because we literally are climbing up a mountain. And, you know, if for some reason we lose grip and we lean too far to the side, well, I guess I'll see you guys at the bottom of the valley. But anyways, let's just get right into it. This is one small step for Tacoma, one giant leap for Toyota kind. Gonna take this extremely slow. Obviously safety first as always. Okay. Ooh. This is really gonna push the approach angle of the truck. Ooh. So, a little bit of slipping. Oh, okay. Man, oh. Whew, just gotta take a breath for a second there. My butt cheek sensors were going off an extremely massive amount there because, yeah, just oh, freaky. Wow, okay, so that's the initial part. Now I'm even more uncomfortable because my seatbelt's locked. I can't get it back out because of the hill. It's so steep that, yeah, the seatbelt's completely locked. So, don't do this at home, kids. This is a close course with a professional driver. Always wear your seatbelt. Last part's really easy, getting up the hill. Let's try not to hit the camera. Yeah, whoo! Got past all the stressful stuff. As you guys can see, we have officially made it to the final destination. That hill up there is where I ripped off the fender flare for the Raptors, so sadly we're not going to do that crawling today. If I had spotters, I would attempt it, but I don't. But yes, we literally, and sorry about the wind noise, climbed up to the top of an entire freaking mountain. 30-degree incline with tons of loose rock here at the top, tons of butt cheek clenching. But the TRD Pro made it. Like, it actually made it, despite the fact that it does not have crazy aggressive tires. I mean, they've got good sidewall, but I mean, look at the tread on that. I can't believe we made it up in one piece. This is just astounding. So that's pretty much going to cap things off for today's video. Hopefully that was fast-paced enough to be exciting and to just show you guys the extreme capability of the TRD Pro from the factory. I mean, we didn't do a ton of rock crawling, but we crawled over a few rocks. We did a bunch of really steep hills. We showed the suspension flex on the TRD Pro, and I literally climbed up a whole mountain, 30-degree incline, tons of loose rock. Like, this truck right out of the box is extremely capable, and I would have to say that for, you know, 99.9% of people buying this truck, it's going to be more than enough for what you're going to need. I mean, like, this is like the perfect camping spot up here, and that's pretty much what I imagine someone doing with this truck, is trying to get out in the middle of nowhere and find a really cool camping spot. So yeah, that's going to sum things up. Let me know what you guys think about the new TRD Pro off-road, and I'll see you.